Hi everyone, welcome to California. You're watching Indian Cooking with Suganthi. Today I'm going to show you how to make coconut buns cooked in coconut milk. In Fijian language they call it Lolo Buns. Lolo means in Fijian language coconut milk. The beauty of this recipe is you do not need an oven to bake this bun. You can bake it on the stove in a cooking pan. See how soft these buns are? It's so soft like a sponge and it's so delicious. Let's start the cooking. But before that, if you have not subscribed to my channel Indian Cooking with Suganthi, could you please click the subscribe button? It's in red writing, and as soon as you click the subscribe button, you'll see a bell button coming up. Please press the bell also, so whenever I post new videos, you will be notified. You will not miss any of my videos. You do not have to pay any money for the subscription. It's 100% free. Let's look at the ingredients we'll be using in this recipe. I'm using whole wheat flour mixed with some white flour. This is the list of the ingredients. Let's start making the buns. The first step is to prepare the yeast. Take 2 ounces of warm water, lukewarm water in a cup, and add 2 teaspoons of the yeast. Next add 3/4 teaspoon of sugar. And give it a nice stir and then leave it in a warm place and let it rise. It's been about 5 minutes and you can already see the yeast rising. Next, take a bowl and break 1 egg in it and beat it really well. Egg is optional actually. If you don't want to add egg, you can skip the egg. Egg is beaten nicely. Now add sugar. I'm using 5 tablespoons. You can use according to your taste. You can also use brown sugar. Next, use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. It's pink in color because I'm using Himalayan salt. Mix the egg, salt and sugar really well. If you have a hand mixer, that'll be nice. Next, let's add the flour. I'm using whole wheat and white flour mixed together. 3 cups of flour. Let's check the yeast. Wow, look at that. How nicely it has risen. Now it's ready to use. Pour the whole thing onto the flour. Next, let's add water. I'm using water at room temperature. Start mixing it. Add water little by little. I'm not using any butter or oil because I'm going to bake the buns in coconut milk. Add water a little bit at a time and keep mixing it. We do not want sticky dough, that's why we add little water at a time. Keep mixing it, and when you reach one point, then you can start using your hand to mix. Okay, now I'm using my hand to mix. Mix everything together really well, just like you make dough for chapati or roti. Look at the dough now. See how smooth it is now? So now it's almost ready. I'm going to wait for an hour and let this dough rise. And before that, I'm going to rub some oil on top of the dough so it won't get dry. So oil it nicely and then cover it with a plastic or with a cloth tightly and leave it until it rises. Let it rise for about an hour. It's already an hour. Let's check the dough. As you can see, the dough has risen up nicely. Look at that. Knead the dough again one more time, just for a minute. The dough is ready. Now let's take a pan. A shallow pan with heavy thick bottom is better. Grease the pan with butter or any oil. Grease it nicely the bottom and on the side as well. The pan is nicely greased. Now let's start rolling the bun. This is how I do it. You can roll the bun whichever way you like. Make sure you leave some space between the bun rolls because it's going to rise and expand. It needs some space in between, so always leave some space in between the buns. Before baking this, I'm going to rub some oil on top of the dough, and I'm going to leave it for about an hour and let it rise before I can start cooking. I'm rubbing the oil so that the top of the dough won't get dry. Next, cover the pan and let the rolls rise. It might take about an hour. It has been an hour. Let's open it and see. Wow! Do you see that how the rolls have risen now? It filled the pan completely. So this is the reason I told you to leave space in between the rolls. Some people start cooking it without letting it rise for the second time like this. Next is the final step. We're going to pour the coconut milk on top of this. It's about 3 cups of coconut milk. I'm going to just pour it on the rolls. See how it just sinks in? So when we bake it, the roll will absorb all the milk and it'll cook nice and soft. Make sure all the buns are covered with the coconut milk. Let's move the pan to the stove. We're going to cook this over the stove for 30 minutes in low flame. Put the lid on and turn the stove on. The buns will absorb all the coconut milk and it's going to rise a little bit more. It's been 15 minutes. As you can see, the milk is almost absorbed and the buns have risen up a little bit. I think it's done. Wow, the smell is so nice. You could smell that coconut milk. It smells delicious. You see the bun? It has risen more and it's almost to the rim of the pan. Here is your coconut buns, cooked over the stove without an oven. The Lolo buns. Let me show you how soft and spongy it is. Do you see that? How soft it is. Wow, look at that. So if you let it rise for the second time, it becomes real soft. Out. Wow, do you see that? Here is your coconut bun, Lolo bun. I couldn't wait to taste it. It's steaming hot. Look at this, just like a sponge cake. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please try making the bun. Like I said, you don't need an oven. You can just cook it over the stove. You can use this recipe as a base recipe and be creative and come up with your own recipes. People with diabetes, you can skip the sugar and skip the egg, and you can use whole wheat flour to make your buns. Okay, you can make it like spicy bun, a cheese bun, any kind of buns. And please share your experiences with me. And please also leave your comments below. And I will be back soon. And before that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button, just like I'm showing there. And once you click the subscribe button, you will see a bell button. Please click the bell button also, so that whenever I post new videos, you will be notified. Please share the video with your family and friends. And remember, subscription is 100% free. Cheers, my friends. I will be back soon with another interesting recipe or a travel video. Until then, take care. And thank you so much for watching.